is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Back-to-back Victory Pods. It's currently on no other pod. You know what it is. Just getting wins, getting 5 points out of the playoffs. I'm hyped, dude. I'm Dan. I'm here with my buddy Chris. Chris, let me talk to you. What's going on, buddy?
You know, I'm having a thing here. Every time we win and we have a victory pod, I'm taking pre-workout, buddy. So I have pre-workout C4 flowing through my veins. I don't know what it's doing to my body, but it's making me feel fantastic. And, buddy, we got a much, much, much needed 3 points.
You guys, C4 is not for human consumption. I'm pretty much convinced of that.
Probably not.
It burns your eyeballs. I gave my wife one too many scoops one time, and she was like itching. She's like, "What did you do to me?" And I was like, "I don't know. I gave you 2 scoops." She's like, "How many scoops did you take?" I was like, 2 scoops. And she's like, "You're twice as big as me." So we'll keep an eye on that. We're on a Christopher Wright C4 watch, so we'll check in every now and then, make sure you're doing okay there, bud, because it sounds like your eyeballs will burst or you'll poop your pants. One of the two.
You know, I am tingly. I am tingly, so.
Did you work out with this, or you're just like, I'm about to record a podcast, C4 time?
No, I did go to the gym earlier.
Okay.
But yeah.
Got something out of it. I thought you were just like, recording a podcast really tuckers me out, man. I gotta really up the vibe. Oh shit. Hey guys, thanks again for coming. It's another week. It's another victory. We're climbing slowly but surely. We're getting meaningful points here. 5 points out of the playoffs, man. Let's jump right in. Let's recap this game. I feel like we didn't really get to watch much real time because we were at the sporting game. I went back and watched it I got a fucking bone to pick, by the way. I couldn't watch it the next day because it was on CBS Sports Network and there was no replay option on there. The replay wasn't on Paramount Plus. It didn't actually happen until Monday. Yeah. I know, rough stuff, right? Like real world problems. But hey, it's there. I rewatched it, and it was a game. I mean, in the end, the score is all that matters. But I assume there's some very unhappy Portland fans out there.
Well, we gave them their very first home loss of the year, by the way.
That's right,
very first one. So as much as they have broken our hearts, it's nice to get a little something back.
Hey, they love to be good. They're always whooping up on us and everything. So it was nice to kick them while they're down, man. And while down, I mean that they got some players out to national team duty with the Women's World Cup on the horizon, and it was nice to go in there and take advantage. As you all know, if you're listening to this, Michelle Cooper got the game's lone goal, a penalty in the 36th minute. Second youngest player to ever score a penalty kick in this league,
behind Mallory Swanson.
Oh, no shit.
So that is a fact. Yeah. So she's breaking 22-second goal, fastest goal in history. And then this setting records already, man.
Okay. I dig it. I got some, I'm torn here. If you look at the numbers of the game, and it's very mismatched. However, when you go to expected goals, it's like even. Like this game should have ended 1-1 with the amount of quality chances each team had. But speaking of amount of chances, we had a third of their shots on goal, 3-9. But they had 26 total shots. We had 5. 5, bro. I can't thank Alexa Spanstra enough for getting in there, getting physical, taking a stupid fucking foul from Klingenberg. Just didn't need to happen. I'm not sure Spanstra even gets to that ball. I'm pretty sure there's a defender coming in to clear it.
There's a defender right there. It was a silly foul, and she's a veteran. She's a veteran of this league, former World Cup winner. Like, I don't know what she was thinking, but Spanstra, way to get in there.
That's respect. If you're Spanstra, you're thinking this woman respects me enough to think that I'm a threat and she needs to grab onto me, because that's not something a veteran would do. Right. When Klingenberg did that, dude, I'm watching the replay, for God's sakes. I know what's going to happen, and I'm just like, that's what you get. Veteran my ass. It was it was nice, man. Of course, I don't know who I expected to take it. Michelle Cooper stepped up and she kind of curves her run on her PK run up, like she's going to slot it over to her left, but then opens her right foot like at the last minute to blast it into the right corner. Kind of interesting.
Kind of unusual. It was unusual, but it was very effective.
It was kind of a blatant fake out. It's like, I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going, and then kind of waited for that goalkeeper to make a move. Portland's goalkeeper, by the way, Bella Bixby, is that her name?
Yes.
Hell of a keeper.
She's good.
I mean, it's not like she had much more to do on the evening, by the way. Cassie Miller, on the other hand, and our defense was called upon time after time, all night, dude. It seemed like, they were busy. They were busy.
Well, did you see what CC Kaiser told Cooper, like right before the PK?
Yeah,
blast it.
To blast it, sure.
Just blast it. And that's like something we would tell each other in rec. Like, just go kick it as hard as you fucking can. Let the chips fall where they may.
Don't get beautiful. Cheeky. Pick a side and hit it hard. I don't like when people try to get cute with penalties.
The run-ups and the stutter stop, like all that nonsense. No.
If you just try to hit it hard and to one side, very minimal chance the goalkeeper saves that. But when you get all cute and stuff and try to play this psychological game and do a little stop and see if the goalkeeper reacts, you can psych yourself out before you psych out the keeper, you know? And it's a penalty kick. You should make it like 9 out of 10 times. So,
well, I want to talk about the pressure that was probably on Cooper's shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Best team in the league. We're playing them at home. They haven't lost. Season, you could argue, season's on the line. 3 points is on the line. She went up there, all the pressure in the world. She's a rookie. Vets are looking at her. Everything depends upon her, and she absolutely buries it. Like that's hard to that's hard to teach, right? Just having that confidence, being able to withstand that pressure, and she handled it like a champ. And I love it.
And she felt the need to go celebrate with the substitutes. Afterwards, she ran to the corner flag to celebrate with them. So that was kind of neat. Everyone's involved, man. It's a team game, and it feels that, gosh, we better just keep getting points on the road because there's not many home games left. So this is kind of the name of the game. Try to collect these road points because we squandered our chances at the beginning of the season. We
had 0 road points up to Orlando, and then 2 back-to-back road wins.
I just, Beautiful. It would be phenomenal. We will talk about this, the Friday game coming up, but it'd be phenomenal to keep this streak going and have a 9-point road swing like that. I'm never confident about this team with road games, but damn, if we didn't just, take down the number 1 team on the road. It's very hard to do. I want to go to Portland sometime because that stadium always seems rocking, man. Not just the women and the men's. Like they show up, it gets loud. Just seems like a great environment to enjoy a game in.
Well, as much as I dislike Portland and their fans, because they've, again, broken our hearts many times, credit to them, man. They always show love for women's soccer. They always show out. They love their team. And, there was a point in time when not many teams had great attendance, but they always did. Right.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love and respect them for that.
Yeah, true. They've always been very consistent. They show up and they get loud, man. If a foul was called on Portland, they let the ref hear it. It was bad. I don't think it was a questionable referee. I think it was fine. It felt
fair all around.
Yeah. I'm not saying that because we won. I mean, if I'm being honest, dude, without that penalty, I don't think we score. I think we draw the game. I mean, we had 5 total shots. That's not enough. And I guarantee you, Coach Carolyn Hublum.
We're going with that. I'm not going to try. Yeah.
Hublum. I think she was probably like, hey, great win, but it wasn't good enough. Like it just, look at these shots, these quality opportunities. It's not much. Crosses, dude. Crosses, Portland had 31, and our defense had to just be like, oh shit. Crosses after cross. We had 9. A little under a third of their crosses. So I don't know what you fix it. Do you, Davina's gone, but she's the only one that's gone, right? So who?
Well, actually, DiBernardo had a concussion, or she didn't play. So earlier you talked about how Portland missed they missed three or four quality players, right? Some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Obviously stands out Sophia Smith and Crystal Dunn and Signee, but our two best players, in my opinion, Dabinia and DiBernardo, were also gone. So we didn't. I mean, it wasn't like, we were at full strength and they weren't. We were missing some quality players too.
Yeah, you're right, and real nice to see Elizabeth Ball have a quality game again. She is doing great, dude. Coming back from injury, still not 90 minutes fit, probably according to the coach, because she took her out in like the 82nd or something like that. But that's another step. Maybe we'll see her get 85, 90 on Friday. It's a real possibility. But this puts us, I mean, we're 5 points off the playoff line here. We're making waves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, with the World Cup going on and players out, it's chaos. You're seeing teams beat teams they normally wouldn't, or draw teams they normally wouldn't. It's absolute chaos, and we need to take advantage of the chaos. If we can get a win on Friday, get another 3 points, and then coming back, we play, I think, OL Reign. So I don't know what that's going to look like in terms of players coming back. But if we can take advantage of that additional chaos after the World Cup, man, we're going to be in good shape. But I do want to point out that I thought that Weinbrenner did a really good job as a defensive mid. It seems like that's kind of where they're putting her. That's where she's slotting in, and it seems like that's her best fit, and she's done a good job.
Jenna had an amazing shot on goal, by the way.
Yes.
That ball just floated up to the top of the box, and I'm like, where's that going? And who's got it? Oh, Jenna's got it. It was insane how just the velocity on it, man. It was heading towards net. It was wild.
I just can't get over it, man. I'm trying not to talk about it too much, but I just can't get over the fact that we had 2 road games. We had 2 gritty, tough defensive performances that allowed us to escape with a total of 6 points. Orlando was banging on our door the last 20 minutes of the game. Portland was banging on our door all game, but really the last like 20 or 30 minutes. They were just taking pot shots at us left and right. And our defense stood strong. Ball, she may not be the best player on the team, but you can make an argument she's one of the most important players on the team.
100%.
Yeah. So just her being back there, being the general she is phenomenal. Delfava had a good game, on the back line, her headers, she was phenomenal. But just every time Portland encroached inside the penalty box, there is a current player there to cut off an angle, cut off a pass, just not give them any easy look. And I mean, I absolutely love it.
True. There were plenty of moments where they just passed it around, like right in front of goal, and we just had to shift. Don't dive, don't foul them, just shift. And it was like they had a good spell of possession. Speaking of possession, they had almost 60%, whereas we had 40. So it was, I don't know, they just held on to it. They were patient, and we blocked all their shots that they put on goal. So I'm nervous, man, because can we get a game where we are up by 2 goals towards the end of the game, and we're not just so scared of like a last minute draw. We'll just love that if we could just score 2 goals and call it a day. Actually 3, because we have squandered 2 goal leads before. So let's shoot higher than that.
Very true. And I don't know about you, but I think Merrick might have the best slide tackle in the league.
Yeah.
She always, I don't know how she does it. Her timing is perfect. She just slides right in, gets the ball first. Usually the offensive player tries to sell it, but it was such a good slide, she can't really sell it. And I just love it. I just hope it doesn't bite us at some point.
Exactly.
But fantastic.
Dude, no other team, well, one other team has a better winning streak than us right now with North Carolina. They've won 4 games in a row and have now quietly skyrocketed into number 1.
Who we've beaten, by the way, at full strength.
True. This league is weird. This league is wild. We have 2 wins in a row. We can absolutely make it 3 this Friday. So, and 3 road games in a row. Can you imagine?
That's wild.
I don't. I don't get it, man. Hey, at least it's on Paramount Plus though, and don't have to worry about all that crap. Why do they do that? Why do they pick one game to put on CBS Sports Network?
I don't know. I hate it. I was able to find a stream, which traditionally I've struggled. I was able to find one, so I was really happy. But it should not be this hard to watch your home team play.
Shouldn't be, right?
Right.
I don't really get it. Cool. Well, that game done and dusted. I mean, we're 5 points off the playoff line. We're not going to jump in there after the next game. Maybe not after even the next couple games. So still a long road. Challenge Cup games on the horizon. That being said, we got some more news though and a game to preview, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back to you.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.
Chris, do you ever do anything for the 4th, my friend?
Sometimes, yeah. I went to a friend's house and we shot off some fireworks. Well, I watched. I didn't do it.
Oh,
but yeah.
Okay. Did a little fireworks shooting. That's cool. That's hip.
Well, I'm at the point now where my friend came up from Texas, and I've known him for elementary school, so I'm really close with his family and all that stuff. So whenever he comes, I hang out with the family. Like, we all know each other exceptionally well. I'm that person now. I realized I'm one of the old people who sit in the chairs, like in the chairs in the back, and I don't even touch fireworks. Like, I don't know. I'm just with the older group of people, and all the younger people are out doing the stuff. That was the first time it hit me that I am no longer that young guy out there shooting off fireworks.
And I think if you're a dog owner, you are you're a little more cognizant and maybe resistant of fireworks. I think everybody knows dogs can get very worked up. I'm lucky my dogs don't get real scared. They don't go hide or whimper or anything like that. But it does sound like these booms sound like someone's trying to get in the house, essentially. Like someone's knocking on the door or something, and they do go ape shit. So I was really hoping that the war zone would die down sooner than later last night. Because and then, dude, you ever done this? You ever close your eyes and you're like, man, this is probably what people feel like at war, just hearing massive gunshots and explosions in the distance.
I have not, but some of the fireworks, man, had a concussive bang that was very, very loud, and you could kind of feel the change in the air pressure. It's pretty wild.
It is. You people burning down houses and stuff too on accident, and blowing their limbs off, and it's just we're selling bombs is what we are. These are legal bombs.
The little poppers, like when you were kids, and just the little white poppers, you throw them down, they pop. Did you see the adult ones now?
You have I'm sorry, adult poppers?
An adult popper.
Those actually are inhalants.
But these things are loud. They're like they're like a firecracker that you just throw down, and they are loud and powerful. And I was shocked that it's even legal. Maybe I'm getting old and I'm a baby.
You did one? Like, what makes it adult?
I watched kids do it. I don't know. I watched kids do it. Yeah,
dude, that's a terrible adult. It's an adult firework, and you let
They're
kids
not my
do
kids. It? They're not my kids. They're not my kids.
What makes them adult? Like, talk me through it. What makes it?
They're just better? Like a popper on steroids.
Like louder, or
they're louder. They're more powerful. They look like a miniature. Like they're like this big, and like a little red dynamite looking stick. And you just throw them on the ground, and they pop. But it's much louder.
Wow.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Times have changed.
I will say there is a nostalgia factor. Like when I was younger, I did like doing the fireworks and setting the wick, and maybe the wick burned out at the last minute, so you had to go light it real quick and fucking cheese it out of there, And I'm not resistant to a good sparkler. I like a good sparkler as well.
The insurance premiums are too damn high for me to go out there and try and light a short wick. I'm not about that. I am not about that.
Now you're really showing age over here. It's chariots and crossword puzzles. I got Sudoku. Oh man, let's get back to this here, because if our defensive performance was good enough for you against Portland, well, we're just gonna bolster it. We're gonna make us a little bit of a splash here in the transfer market, and we signed a Danish World Cup defender, Steen Ballashager. I have not seen a phonetic spelling, but I am absolutely just going to go for it. How would you say it?
Nope, I love it.
Is that not? Do you know for sure, or is that?
I don't know. I'm just agreeing, so I don't have to try and say it.
Well, when I see an ST and I think Steen. You know, I want to talk like Goldmember from Austin Powers, a schmoke and a pancake. Anyways, we signed Steen Balashager Peterson from Vålerenga IF through next season with an option for 2025. Dude, world-class defender, 2-time Danish Football Player of the Year, first time in 2013, and then was like, you know what, I got to get that again 9 years later in 2022. What were you saying?
Oh, I just love the fact. Doesn't that show her consistency, though? Winning it 2013 and 2022, right? Like, she has to have been consistent throughout that whole stretch of time. So we're not getting a player who we're hoping is we're not getting a player who we hope is going to be healthy or can contribute. We're getting a player who's shown she's consistently healthy and her play has been consistent, which is exactly. We don't need any players coming in hoping they get healthy, right? We need a player who's healthy now, who can contribute with ball now. Heaven forbid, ball gets hurt or, she gets hurt. We have some depth there, but all around fantastic signing.
I hope so. I hope you're right. The numbers look good, but history has shown we have a little bit of a track record of signing these women, and they're not exactly healthy. Not even just people from overseas, man. It kind of goes to Lynn Williams or Sam Mewis, and Hannah Glass and Lavoisier gets hurt. I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic here because a defensive bolster would be very nice. If we can, that's how you win games, is keep the other team from scoring. We'll tell you, I might have to break out my Denmark jersey out of the drawer, though. I haven't worn that one in a while.
I didn't even know you had one.
I sure as hell do, man. When you do Ancestry DNA, you find out what you are, and you become an immediate member of their national team.
So when you found out your history, did you just start taking on, I don't know, stereotypes and personalities of people from your history?
Not really, but I did attribute it to soccer 100%. Like, it was a World Cup year, and I was like, cool. Here's the percentages and nationalities that I am, this ancestry, and I'm going to support those teams if they're in the World Cup. So, I mean, that's like Denmark and Sweden, Germany, obviously. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm super white. All the white teams. England, of course, is fun to watch. So, but hey, man, Steen I'm going to keep saying Steen. It's very fun to say. It's probably not even how you say it. 43 caps for Denmark. 43. That's good, right? I mean, are they? Is she going in? Is she in the world? Are they in the World Cup?
They're in the World Cup. Yep.
Okay. Is she playing for them?
She's playing.
Well, god dang, we gotta watch Denmark games now. Let me get the jersey. That's cool, man. I had no idea. I thought maybe she'd be joining us. I love it. That's exciting. So now you got to make sure to keep an eye on Brazil, Denmark, and of course, USA.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. She led Denmark to the 2017 Women's Euro Final.
Yeah,
as well, and then obviously a captain for her team. So leadership for days. Very little injury history, consistency. I mean, you put her and Ball back there, I think you're going to have one heck of a center back combo.
It sounds pretty great. Also, what's the 2023 Tournoi de France final? What is that?
I have no idea.
Sounds like a French football tournament.
Yeah, I am not sure, but I'm still impressed. Still super cool.
100%. Welcome to her. You're much needed. I mean, we need people on the back line. It'd be nice to not have to, put everyone back. What happens? Does Gabby Robinson take a seat then? Essentially, is that kind of what happens?
I think that's good for her. I think she needs to take a break and learn behind two very good veterans. I mean, that's only going to benefit her. I look at it like you draft a quarterback, right? And you still have your starter ahead of you. we can just have Gabby back there learning from two really good veterans. And then when she's called upon, if she's needed, then, she's just going to be a little better for it.
Well, as we were chatting here, I had to look it up. It's actually Stina
Okay.
Balasager Pedersen. Pedersen is how you say the last name. Not Peterson, Pedersen. All right. Stina. We're just going to say Stina.
Stina. I like it.
It's like Christina, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
She's world-class talent, man. This would be nice to help bolster this back line. She's professional at the age of 18, for God's sake. So, did some stints in Norway there and coming to Kansas City. What a culture shock that must be, right? But they, Denmark plays July 22nd against China at 7 a.m. Do you know there's some World Cup games at 2 a.m?
I did not know, and I was really hoping that would not be the case.
Yeah, how do we do that? How do we do that and go to work?
I have no idea.
Yeah, really going to have to look into that. So, yeah, actually, she plays a game at 3:30 in the morning. So that's nice. Okay. That's great. Everyone listening right now is like, what are you guys talking about? Just stay up till 2 a.m. You don't understand.
I'm worried about insurance premiums. I am not allowed to stay up until 3 anymore.
I am not allowed. All right. Just like Chris isn't allowed to eat apple seeds either. He's not allowed to eat the skin. Freaking cool, man. Moving forward, we got Louisville on Friday. They had our number this year. I hate them, but they've been doing really well. However, the player who cooked us, Savannah DeMello, is with the USA. Which, great for her, by the way. If I'm a fan of hers or the team in general, it's like, yes, you are getting some respect. This is wonderful. You're on a tear right now. But it's another team you kind of want to take advantage of while DeMello's gone, as well as Uchenna Kanu for Nigeria.
Yep.
Cool. I mean, what are we expecting here? I mean, Louisville is 2-2-1 in the last 5. No DiBernardo probably dealing with some concussion stuff. What do we got to do? Well, how do you fix it? Do we get her one of those little neck bands? You see people wearing those that look like they got headphones on?
Yeah. Klingenberg wears one, and some football players do as well.
It's for like concussion thing to like what? Keep your head from going back or something?
I think I don't know. I don't want to speak on it because I'm afraid I'm a butcher, and then somebody's going to be like, you idiot. This is what it's for. I thought it had something to do with like blood flow. Maybe I'm wrong.
No one listening to this is thinking that you're not an idiot. So that's just called podcasting, bro. We are idiots. Everyone knows that coming in.
That's very fair. That is very fair. But yeah, I mean, she's a big miss. Her and Dabinho are two best players on the team.
There you go. It restricts blood flow to the brain, bro. We got our producer, Nick, coming in hot. You guys think he's just there to press record? No, he does more stuff. And he also presses record, but he says it restricts.
He's making us laugh in the background.
Yeah, restricts blood flow to the brain, which is supposed to help cushion the brain more from blows to the head. Sounds awesome, dude. I love technology in general, but when I see stuff like that show up on players in a sport of any kind, I'm just like, yo, what is that? And then you should see my Google search history. Well, don't look at the history, but you should see that I'll be Googling soccer player neck thing because I don't even know what it is, so I got to find out. And Google's like, I got you, B.
That's why we got Nick. That is why we got Nick.
100%
doing the lifting.
100%. Dude, sometimes I miss these messages. Look at Nick coming in, talking about sparklers, talking about him being 98% white.
You know what sucks? So I'm going to go back to that ancestry. I was told my whole life that I had German and Native American ancestry. And then when I got my results, I was like 60% English, which I reject. I just reject it. I don't know
how
why
it works. You can't just reject it.
It could have got swapped. It could have been somebody.
Oh my God.
Like I had very little German, and no Native American. So I am having a hard time believing that's correct. Now, it is correct, right? I'm not genuinely arguing it. I'm emotionally trying to justify my disdain for the results I got.
What is happening here? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, it's like what, England, Scandinavian. I'll take that because Vikings are pretty badass, right?
Listen to this guy.
Vikings
are badass. They just pillage and take, and they're terrible.
We have basically an ancestry of colonizers, is what we have, right? But yeah, I was just surprised by my results. That's all I'm saying.
So you were lied to. Your parents couldn't possibly have lied to you. Your parents would never.
Exactly. But if you look at me, everything screams English, white, Scandinavian. So it's hard to argue with the results.
Well, there you go, bro. So you're probably Denmark somewhere in there. That's Scandinavian, right?
Yeah.
Right, there you go. We can root them on together in our fellow Danish land. Oh man. Well, this game is Friday, 7 p.m. Paramount Plus. Racing Louisville, they kick our ass in the midfield and the back line. But our defense is kind of stepping it up. So maybe we keep them out of the net and CC Kaiser squeezes a goal or two. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect about this because they've beat us in the last 3 games, So let's all right. We're being told to take another break. Nick is making us take a break. Fine, take it.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.
Who runs this damn show anyways? We have no say, buddy. No say.
We're just here to look pretty and talk about our ancestry.
Yeah, love you, Nick. I gotcha. So, players to watch on Racing Louisville. Wong, Howell, and Pickett. Goalkeeper Katie Lund is having a great season as well. So, shit, man. It worries me that this game isn't at home, but we lost against them at home too. So, what am I worried about?
Just everybody, the whole World Cup, the roster right now, everything's a crapshoot. That's how it feels. Like teams are adjusting. Teams are not playing with their best and key pieces. DeMello is the engine of that midfield. They had a 2-2 draw with OL Reign, but one of them was a PK and one of them was a broken play in which the ball fell to Paige Monahan, I believe. And she was right there. So it was just a wild sequence that just essentially gave them a goal. So it's really just tough to judge. Without DeMello, I mean, we don't run off of Debinha like they run off of DeMello.
True.
So, obviously DeMello is a phenomenal player. I'm sorry, Debinha is a phenomenal player. But I think her being gone hurts them more than Debinha hurts us. Although having DiBernardo out is also rough.
Listen, I'm convinced you're not a quality midfielder unless you have a duh at the beginning of your name. What is that? DiBernardo? Debinha? DeMello?
You're bringing the stuff that really matters right now.
Is there more? There has to be more. It's absolutely insane. I want to say just getting a result is fine here, but we're in a tough spot in the table. You really want to get that victory, but getting 2 road wins in a row and escaping with a draw this Friday isn't necessarily a loss.
Right.
It's, how many games are left in the season, right? Like there's a few. We're a little over halfway done, right?
Yeah. And Racing is 8th place in the table with how many, 16 points, and we have 15. If we win, that's a bit of the ultimate payback, right? We win, we jump them in the standings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not just crucial to get the 3. It's crucial to prevent them from accumulating points as well.
True. We could potentially get to 8th place probably, depending on how results shape up with everyone else. So
yeah,
it feels, oh man, it's exciting.
I love Friday night soccer, but we've made up some progress here. So if we can keep that going, man, I think we're gonna.
Oh yeah, so many times I'm always looking like, okay, what am I doing on Friday? Friday's not really a night where I do much. So I'm excited to have something to do. I might make some tacos.
Whoa, that
Yeah.
sounds delicious.
Come on over, buddy. I got you.
Yeah.
Listen, so Labonta and Loera are back in full training. That's pretty cool.
It's just surprising and exciting at the same time.
If they're back in full training, obviously Loera was available to play.
Yeah.
Like she traveled with the team in Portland, which is super cool, by the way. Like I don't know. She like quietly came back really fast. Haley Mace is still being evaluated. I really feel that, I don't know. I don't want to say like you owe us to tell us what's going on with people's bodies. Like it's kind of silly, right? But I kind of wish we knew what was going on a little bit. Like it just didn't seem that bad in the game, but it must have been something.
It's just so tough because in almost every other major sport, we know what's wrong immediately, right? Within a day or two, we know the exact injury.
Yeah.
We have an idea, a timetable, and then we could just kind of project off of that information. We have no knowledge of what her injury was, of what Loetta's injury was, what was done, how we have no idea. So to see players just appear back in full training, it's exciting, but it's also kind of frustrating because we have no transparency at all. They don't owe it to us.
Yeah. Do we need that transparency though? Like what's that do like for us?
I mean, for us and as fans, I mean, it's nice to have it if you're going to go see your favorite player, for example. Yeah. When it comes to, I'm not promoting gambling, but it helps shape what would bet on.
Kansas sports betting, it's legal.
Yeah. So like, and just generally speaking, we record this on a Wednesday. If information changes suddenly, it's hard for us to talk about things or, preview a game. If they play, let's say this report came out tomorrow and they play, we would have written them off completely. So, but we can definitely use them, by the way, because without DiBernardo, does Gautrat kind of play up? Does she go back? Is Weinbrenner getting the start again? How many minutes do we hope Labonta or Loera get?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, good point.
A lot of different ways.
Yeah. And DiBernardo's likely still out. That sucks too, because concussions, man, it's
you don't know.
Nothing
you
to mess
don't know
around
when
with.
They're going to get better, and you don't want anybody dealing with that.
You ever had one?
I've never, not to my knowledge. I've had my bell rung, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe you assume maybe you did.
Yeah.
It's the dude. Let me tell you something real quick. I was I was JV All-Star in high school, JV football, and I was on the line, and two defensive linemen like tried to double team me, and it like they both hit like the sides of my helmet, and I remember just a bright white flash, and I kind of dropped to one knee at the end of the play. I was like, okay, I got back in the huddle, kind of seeing stars. I was like, whatever. Got up there again. The next hit, boom, another flash, and I was like, whoa. What's happening? This was like electrical flashes in my body. I like kind of start to cry out of frustration, and I take myself out of the game. So I'm like, things are not good. And I just sat on the bench and stared at the ground and was just like in my feels, bro. And I couldn't drive for a while. It was wild. I couldn't practice. So concussions impact people differently, but I can tell you right now, it is more frustrating than anything. Because I thought I could keep going. I'm like, I'm fine. My body's good, but my head was not. So you see how like NFL is trying to, minimize head injuries. UFC, keeping an eye on stuff like that as well. Probably not as much as they should, but I feel that it's nothing to joke with, man. So best to DiBernardo. Hope things go well.
Yeah. And then after this game, we don't have a regular season game until August after the World Cup. So if she sits this game, which she's likely to do, she doesn't have to play in the Challenge Cup games. We don't need to push her out there. She can take her time, recover, get better, and hopefully we'll have her back in August.
Yeah. And our next home game actually is what we said. It was July 22nd. It's a Challenge Cup game, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's I don't know. These are big points here this Friday, man. Going into this little NWSL break and whatnot. So,
and I do want to say real quick. Sorry, going back to the matchup. The regular season game, which I'm putting more stock into because the Challenge Cup, we started a bunch of younger players, right? That's where Spanstra had 2 assists. Cooper had a goal. But, we made mistakes in that game, right? There was an offside call that, a lot of people thought was incorrect. They allowed Louisville to play through. And then, if I remember correctly, we had that situation where it was a bad back pass to the keeper and Miller went to clear it and it bounced right off of DeMello or another player. I can't remember which one it was. Those are just 2 individual mistakes that cost us those games. But I thought we played well outside of that. We were knocking on the door and putting so many good looks on Katie Lund, and she rose to the challenge. But I still felt like we were mostly the better team in that game. We just had 2 really bad mistakes, and it cost us. If we limit those, and without DeMello, I think we're looking at a much different game.
Yeah, dude. Agreed. Hey, Debinha was named to the NWSL June Best 11. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Did I lose you? Still there? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Froze for a minute. Gotta love technology. Loving it. That's another old person thing, by the way. Well, it's good when it works. Love technology. This is cool, man. I mean, they do. NWSL does this every month. They name the best 11 players in the league, and it's the second time Debinha was on it this year.
Yep.
March and April they combined it. They combined March and April, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember completely, but I think you're right.
Okay. Well, we won 3 of 5 matches in June, and in that time, Debinha scored 4 goals and an assist. So, she's kind of good. She will be missed. Hope she stays safe and does well with Brazil and all that. So,
and one last thing, we have a ton of players coming back, right, leading up to this World Cup. So when we get back, Claire Lavoisier is practicing on the side or working on the side. So that's a positive sign. I believe Hannah Glass just got married and she's now, congratulations to them.
Very cool.
That was Mimi Larson's excused absence, was in her wedding. So that's why she wasn't in the last game.
Interesting. So, look at you. Are you an internet sleuth? Did you do some digging?
No, I just follow people on Instagram and
nice.
It pops right up.
But just kind of did the math like, that makes sense. That was the absence.
Yeah. So we have a lot of players coming back and that's exciting. So on our last stretch, on however many games we have left, we're going to be relatively healthy. And I hope when we play our toughest challenges, we're going to have our best roster on the field.
I hope that's the case, man, because it's the dog days of summer now. So it's, pick up those Challenge Cup points, all be safe and watch the World Cup. And then I think it's kind of cool, a lot of the branding that we're doing with merch and stuff. And you can buy KC Current scarves, and the other side might say Brazil or USA. Basically people who are on our team that are from other countries. I think they have one that's like Sweden or something, but it's it's neat. I like it. I think it's cool.
We now have a Denmark one, so that's really cool as well.
Hold on, they made a Denmark one?
I think it just happened after her signing was announced.
All right. So. About to get the credit card out. Stand by. Cool, man. Hey, anything else? What am I missing? Anything?
No. I think to my knowledge, man, I think you got it. I'm just happy to have a new awesome center back come into the fold. That was the one position, looking back in hindsight, we feel like they didn't address as much as they could have.
Good point. We talked so many times about midfielders and nothing on the defensive line.
Yep. I mean, Kristen Edmonds was a big loss. I don't think we realized how big of a loss it was until the season started, and then Ball went down, and then we changed to it was a 3-5 to now we're like a 4-3 or even like a 5-3 or something. So we have sometimes two center backs.
2-7-1, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So now we have more, true center backs on the field. So having Ball and was it Stina?
Signee. Yep.
Signee. Yeah. Into the fold, man. That'll really help make a last push towards the playoffs. And I just hope it's not too little too late. But either way, like our roster is looking pretty good shaping up for next year as well. So
sure. And to clarify, it's not too little too late. It can become that. It can get there. But it's, as of right now, it's like, it's not too late. I mean, we are not out of this thing. It's time to keep going for every single point available. And I hope it's 3 that we take this Friday against these sons of bitches that just, they think about it this way. Why we ought to be pissed because they terrorized us twice in 4 days. They beat us in 2 different competitions, 3 days apart.
And we want revenge. We want it. The team wants it. Players want it. We want it. I mean, the ultimate revenge would be to jump them in the standings with this win. That's a little bit of a last laugh kind of situation that I'm really hoping we get.
It'd be really nice. It'd be really nice. It'd be better to do it with DeMello there, to be honest. Like, I would love to, beat her and not a team sans her. So,
yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited. So, 7:00 Friday night. Let's get it. Let's shut it down, man. Good times. Good talk today. Good conversation. Folks, if you want to, but don't, follow us on Twitter at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21, at No Other Pod. Email us, nootherpod@gmail.com. We'll do a mailbag or something if you got questions in there and comments. 5-star ratings and reviews, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Give us that, get us the rating and whatnot. We'll talk about it. So from Chris, I'm Daniel. Thank you so much for being here. Love you bunches.